All right, let's jump into it here. My name is Joseph Miranda, broker owner, Miranda Executive Realty. Lucelli, good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Real quick, so before we jump into it, into our training on how to get free leads, yes, they really are free. We're going to do our shameless plug. So for the agents in our office or agents that are not in our office, if you want to learn more about our company, you can scan here and we'll tell you more. Real quick disclaimer, my name is Joseph Miranda. As I said, I am a broker. I own this company and I've been selling real estate since about 2007, but that's all I am. I'm just a real estate guy. I'm not an attorney, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a surgeon. I'm none of those, and everything that I have that I'm saying here, this is all just my opinions. These are, for me, best practices. In no way is any of this going to be considered financial, legal, medical. Like there's no type of advice necessarily to be given here. This is all just opinions. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to it. This training is gonna start a little bit slow. So just kind of bear with me. Agents in the office, some of these things you've heard already, but then hopefully we're going to get to some new things that you definitely have not heard already. But journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So we're going to start kind of at the beginning of this journey. And where does a sales journey begin? It begins with lead generation. I beat this into the brains of every salesperson that I know, because this is the sales cycle. And when we say real estate is simple but not easy, this is what makes it so simple right here, because there's really just 5 stages of a sale, right? And if you really can't skip any of the stages, I mean, you could lead generate, call the person, and then go directly on an appointment, but that's really about it. But most of it is going to require some level of follow-up, right? How do you generate a lead? It could be, there's, I don't know, as many ways as there are people in this world, you could probably generate a lead, but we're going to talk about some very specific ones here. But without having that lead, you are not in business. You can have a real estate license, you could have, you could drive a really nice, BMW, really nice Mercedes. You could, drive around and look at houses by yourself. But if you don't have a lead, you are not in business, right? And this is the one thing, no matter where you're at in this process, you need leads, right? And then it comes into your conversion rate, right? How many of those leads are you able to follow up with? How many of those follow-ups or leads do you end up going on an appointment with? When you're going on appointments, how many of those appointments are you writing and negotiating contracts with, right? And out of those contracts, how many of those are you actually closing, right? Because an exclusive right or exclusive buyer agency agreement, that's the first contract. You still need that second contract. And even when you get that second contract, you've got to negotiate that contract. And even after you've negotiated it, you still need to get it through the contingencies and get it closed. So this is why it's not easy. This is why it's very hard, right? This is simple, but it's also not easy, right? So, all right, let's jump into it. Number 1, social media. I'm not here to give you social media strategies, social media, techniques, things that you need to do. But I'm just here to tell you that your social media account needs to be on point, right? You should probably have some sort of regular postings. Our CRM Bold Trail will manage your social media for you. So, if you're in the office, and other CRMs probably do too. I just don't know. I'm just not, familiar or aware of them. But, Bold Trail, if you're in our office, it will automatically post for you. Now, these are generic posts, right? So if you want your personality to get out there, if you want to, say very specific things, obviously this doesn't know what you want to put. These are just, generic. You choose your categories, right? Real estate, food, architecture, interior design, DIY. And then based on whatever schedule, it's going to post this for you. Why do you need this? Everybody needs this. Everybody should have this set up, because the one thing we know is your social media needs to be active. It should not be only this. But let's just say, at some point you get sick, and you're just really not feeling posting things, or you're not feeling making videos or whatever. this is going to keep your social media a little bit active so that if a prospect comes across your information, they call you, they want to list with you, they want to buy with you, at least you've got a little bit of, some posts, and it looks somewhat, kind of regularly, posted. Other things, right? So when you're thinking about social media, I believe in keeping personal and business on everything separate, right? My bank accounts, my business, and my personal are completely separate. My email, business, personal, separate, right? For my social media, business and personal are separate. I don't use my personal very much, but you see a lot of stuff on those business pages. Those business pages have a lot of activity. So, for me, I believe strongly that, you need to have some separation between your business account and your personal account. The reason being, if you combine your business and your personal, you're going to have a whole lot of real estate stuff on your personal, and people are going to start to feel alienated. Where if you put it on your business, they expect it, right? And then your really good posts, you can always share those on your personal, right? But you don't have to share everything, just the stuff that maybe gets a lot of likes, that gets a lot of comments, that, people are engaging with. Then share those on your personal, because that's something that, the population has shown that they're into, right? And then what accounts do you have? There's a lot of different social media accounts. There's maybe 5 or 6 that you should definitely be on, right? The big ones: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Probably should have a YouTube page, but I don't know. That's up to you. TikTok, right? Those are, I don't know, some big ones. I think that probably everybody. Twitter, I think it's X now, but you may want to have those, right? All of the other ones, the little outliers, I don't know. You choose, And then the other thing is your information. Your information should be the same across the board. Number one, okay, so I'm busted because my profile picture is like different in a lot of different areas, right? So let's say, for example, Google, and we've talked about this before with SEO, right? But when Google will rank you according to how many times it finds you online. But Google can only find you online if your information matches, right? So I'm guilty. My information doesn't match everywhere, and it's really hard for me to do it. I don't know why. I'm just a little bit slower to the race. But your profile picture, your email address, your phone number, your physical address, if it applies, right? Yeah, your license number. The more of that Google can find, it can now categorize and say, okay, I'm searching all these different areas, and I see Joe here, I see Joe here, I see him here. Now it's going to know, based on the email address and the phone number, this is the same person. This person's very active. That's going to move your rank up, right? SEO is a very hard game to play. I've tried it. I've subscribed to companies that are supposed to boost SEO. I think our market is probably one of the hardest markets to break through in SEO, because we are in an extremely competitive market. But if you can get your SEO right, you'll receive organic leads, right? If people are searching for a real estate agent in Fort Lauderdale, and somehow you have made an impression in this specific area in Fort Lauderdale, Google will rank you, and you should, assuming you have a Google business page, which you should, right? Google will get you a lead. All right, moving on. So number one, you get a listing, right? Where are you sharing your listings? This is really, so listings are a lead generator, right? They are absolutely 100% a lead generator. So if you have a listing and you're not marketing your listing for leads, I mean, number one, you're marketing it to sell it, right? So every lead that comes in is going to be a lead for somebody who saw something that you did, and they say, oh, I like this. I want to buy this property, right? So when you get a listing, so Bullet Trail, again, log into Bullet Trail, go to listings. This pulls in every listing in the office, right? When you go to listings, you can go to my listings, you can go to office listings, you can go to whatever you want, right? But I would say go to company listings. So being part of this company in this brokerage, you are automatically allowed to advertise every listing that's within the office, right? I would probably do this one here in Loxahatchee Groves, 15884 North Road for $1.649 million. That's not a bad listing to try to pull some leads in on, right? So what do? Right? Yeah. So here we can email, you can text it, but really more specifically to share them on your pages. And a lot of you have seen this. A lot of you know this exists. Stick with me. I told you this is going to start off a little bit slow. We're reviewing what we already know, right? So here we are. We're in the listing, right? We're reading about it. We want to post it. So number one, you should go right. It's so simple. Post to Facebook, right? So make sure you're logged into your Facebook account. But assuming that you're logged into your Facebook account, it's literally going to do all that work for you. There it is. It's already up. What does this do? Right? This posts your listing on your Facebook page with a link that's going to bring them back to your website. Everything that we're doing here is to bring them back to you, right? So once it posts up here, or once it comes up here, I think it gives you the the remarks that would be in the MLS, but you can change those, right? So once this right here populates, you can really put in here whatever you want it to say or whatever you want it to do, right? So this is not cooperating because I don't know why, but hopefully it catches up. In the meantime, what I would say is Craigslist. So we all have our own feelings about Craigslist, right? But there's not a lot of people that are posting to Craigslist anymore, right? This automatically creates your Craigslist posts. Now, the thing about this is once they click it, right, what it's going to do is it's going to take them to your website. They're going to enter their information at your website, right? So once they go to your website, it's the website's job now is to gather their information for you, right? Name, email address, phone number, and then it's also going to tie them to this property right here, right? So this is what we're trying to collect. So, and then once this comes in, you're gonna get a message, right? And then we're gonna set up on the back end some automations that they will automatically be dropped into certain campaigns, right? So all you have to do is make these posts. All you have to do is go into the company listings, right? Choose your company listing of choice. Go to the drop down, choose Facebook. Go to the drop down, choose Craigslist. Go to the drop down, choose Pinterest. Honestly, I don't even know what Pinterest does, right? But it's in here. So it's going to do the work for you. So, make sure you have these accounts created. You have to have an account with each of these: Facebook, X, Pinterest, and Craigslist. But once you have these accounts created and you make sure you're logged in on your page, it's automatically going to post these listings for you, and you don't have to do anything else. If you go in and you do one of these a day, right, sooner or later people are going to click them, right? And leads, we know it is a numbers game, right? Leads is absolutely a numbers game. So the more leads that you get, and some leads are better than others, right? The instant cash offer leads are my personal favorite, right? I love those leads, but there's a whole plethora of them. I have, and on just sidebar here right now. Okay, here we go. So here's the post, right? This is what it looks like. You delete the URL and you write whatever you want to write, right? 10 acres, available right now for, whatever you want to say, right? Call me about this one, this, that, or the other. This, I don't know, people will click it or they won't. They'll enter their info or they won't, but at least it's going to get listings started. Let's say you're on the MLS and you're doing a search for a customer, right? If you're on the MLS and you're doing a search for the customer, because that's where you should be searching for your customer, and you come across a property and you say, oh my God, wow, this is just such an amazing, this is such an amazing deal. Like, I really wish that I had a buyer for this property. It's not my listing, right? I'm just preparing this for my buyers or sellers or whatever, but you say, man, this is just such an amazing deal, right? Well, you can take that listing, right, from that search that you have, and you can find it because we pull in all of the data from the MLS. I don't care what the address is. If it's in Beaches or Miami, I guarantee you that you're going to be able to find that property, right? So once you find that property in the MLS, you say, this is an amazing deal. Or, I wish I had an investor for this. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Like, yeah, if you see, there's literally just random information being typed in here, right? Well, I don't think this is random. But I don't know, Irene, let's go to Matrix and let's find a property there, right? Doesn't matter which one. We're just going to go find one. Hopefully it loads here. But so, you're doing a search and you find an address. We want to find a random address because anything that's in our office, obviously, it's going to be in the system. But what we want to do is we want to pull in, random. So just do a random search here. Go to residential sale, and then 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-family house. That'll be good enough. Or 3 bathrooms. Yeah, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Okay, good enough. So search that. Okay, go to results, and then we'll just take the very first one. Whatever the number one result is, we'll grab the address. So okay, $36.5 million. Perfect. That's one that we want, right? So let's go find this now in Bold Trail. So simple copy paste, right? And it should pull it in. Take out, just put in South Lake Trail. Take all of the extra stuff out, yeah. There it is, right there. $3.65 million. Click it, go over to more actions. Boom, you can list it. But if we go back, can you go back to the MLS real quick, Irene? Scroll down, there should be an okay to advertise. Does Beaches have that, or is it any broker advertise? No. All right, so this one, we can't advertise it, right? But what we can do is call the agent, or better yet, send an email or a text message. Hey, would it be okay if I advertise your listing at, whatever it is, right? So, because their information is right in there. Let's take that off the screen because we don't want to promote their information in our video. But some of them, you can also do a search. Go back to the criteria. If you go to the criteria, this is the results. Go back one more to criteria, and you can actually add okay to advertise. So in the bottom, in the add edit section, it's going to allow you to do so right there, additional fields at the very, very bottom. No, scroll back down, right there, additional fields at the very, very bottom. Add. If you click that all the way down below the results, down right there. If you click add, then on the search on the left column, just click OK. And there you go. Add. All right, now you can go back, and then in that same area, now this is going to be a new search field that you have in there. Scroll back down to the bottom, right there, click yes. And all of the ones that you now have yes in there, so there's 695 of this type of property that say yes, okay to advertise. It's safe to assume that we could advertise literally any of these. Right. So, all right, moving on. This is still pretty boring, right? Again, I asked you, bear with me. But this is how, if you see a listing that is a good deal, you should be sharing it, right? Assuming that it's, it's okay to advertise. We should be sharing it on our social media, right? You could go in and find, my deal of the week, right? You could say, hey, this is, this one here. This is Joe's deal of the week, right? Whatever it is, like these ones you can advertise, right? So advertise them. All right, so IDX squeeze page. All right, so number one, lead engine. If you need leads, go to lead engine. This is where you need to be. If you're looking for leads, then lead engine is where you need to be, right? So when you get to lead engine, all right, let's say you have, let's start here real quick. And I think we tested it this morning. The link wasn't working, but landing page. Okay, if you're creating a funnel, if you have a listing that you want to highlight and, you know, like have just a specific page, yeah, it's not working still. I don't know what's going on with that, but you would create a landing page, right? There's a landing page. This doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't come from anything. It's just a little unique, tiny website that you're creating that somebody can land on for something very specific, right? So if it's for a property, if it's, you know, for a seller, right? There's a drop down I wish we could show you, but it's not working right now. I don't know why. So, but landing pages, familiarize yourself with landing pages, create some landing pages, right? The other one, IDX squeeze page. So the IDX squeeze pages are designed to get you a result, right? And you see at the top, this is a new one, right? This is one that we haven't taught yet. This is one that will definitely get you results, okay? And you see there's multi-property, so you can create a search criteria. You could say, you know, so this is going to get shared on your social media, right? This is going to also get shared in groups on social media. And that's what we're going to talk about in a second here. But first, you have to create this squeeze page. All right, number one, groups don't always like it when you try to sell things. So know your audience, right? This is very important because you don't want to get kicked out of a group. So if you're on, you know, homes for sale in Broward County group, then the title already tells you that, yeah, it's probably okay if I, you know, put properties in here for sale, right? So, you know, go to, you know, homes for sale in Broward County, right? Hopefully there's some buyers in there. There might be mostly real estate agents. I don't know, right? But where are you going to find, you know, actual customers, right? So you can choose your location. We always like Palmair. Palmair is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Broward County because it's very diverse, right? It's kind of centrally located, it feels like to me. It's kind of near a little bit of everything. There's houses, townhouses, condos. I mean, there's villas. There's literally everything in there. It's huge, right? So it's one of my favorite. And let's say you want to find, you know, sellers in Palmair, right? So you're going to go up and you're going to go to, let's go to sold multi-property. Why would we go to sold multi-property? Because let's say we're farming Palmair, right? So you have to think about these different reports and what you would use them for. Sold multi-property is going to be, we're going to find all the sold properties that were inside Palmair. Maybe you want to do a market report, right? Market report's going to tell you, you know, the activity that's happened inside Palmair, right? But let's say we're going to go to sold multi-property, and we want to create something. So location, Palmair, multifamily, single family. We could put villas, we could put townhouses in here, we could put condos, we could put literally everything, right? It wouldn't matter, you know. But to me, maybe the more data we have, the better. But if you're going to Palmair Villages, right? If you can find somewhere that probably has just Palmair Villages, then you know you probably want to focus on just single family houses. Palmair Country Club, you might want to focus on you know, just condos, right? So once you've kind of narrowed this down and you've figured out what you have, right? You're going to do what? You're going to generate a link, right? So you're going to click the little green button right there, take the short link out of there. So there's a little copy button, copy the short link. You're going to go to Facebook, right? Close this one out. We don't need this anymore. And then you're going to go to groups. So yeah, so you can put this here too. So if you want to, but this would just post it on your page. And this isn't necessarily what we're trying to do here. We're not really trying to just post this on our page. What we want to do is we want to go over to the left over here and go to groups. Probably have to go back to the home page here. And when you come here, so this is going to show you, number one, all of the groups that you're in, right? So, but let's say we can't find one. Can we search a group that's Palmair, right? What you're looking for now is you're looking for, there's Palmair Country Club, there's Palmair Pompano Beach, Florida. So let's click Palmair Country Club. There's Palmair Country Club Real Estate, right? There they are. Right now, the one thing to look at here is how many members are in there, right? Because the more members you have in there, the better likelihood you have that you're going to get a result. But number two, is this public or private? If it's public, you can probably just click inside there. You don't have to click join. You just click it, open it up, and it might just let you post. So if you scroll down just a bit, and there should be they don't automatically let you post here. So you may need to join this group to post. Let's go back one. Some of these, so let's go to Palmair Village. That one may not, don't go to join. Yeah, click that. This one is just right there, write something, right? So click it, and then you're gonna write, right click paste. As soon as that pops up, right, you can delete the URL, and you can click like, see, this is see all homes that have sold, because this is a sold report. See all homes that have sold, and we would probably put a parameter, in your neighborhood, right? Exclamation point, or in Palmair. See all homes that have sold in Palmair, right? There should be an image on here. I'm not sure why an image is not populating here, but there should be an image that pops up. But then when you're ready, you just click post, right? I think you have to close that out and start it over. X that out, and then right click on write something. Right click. Is it not working? Okay, maybe you have to. All right, go to a different one. Just go to a different group. But okay, there it goes. Yeah. So an image should pop up. But all right. So where that takes you, though, I'm not sure why an image is not popping up here. But it generally will post an image on there. I just don't know. I don't know why it won't. It's not putting it here right now. Maybe if we hit post, but I don't want to spam all over these groups. This is just for kind of educational purposes, but just to give you an idea of what they're going to get. The other thing, so another one that you might post where you're not selling something, right? So squeeze pages. Just keep in mind squeeze pages, right? If you go, go to seller squeeze page. So if you go to seller squeeze page, right, you see you're not putting in data now because you're not searching the system for, for properties. What you're looking for now is this is your property valuation. So if you spent any time in Bold Trail, you'll know that Bold Trail will, on any property that's inside the system, it will automatically give you, an automated value on the property. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, right? Sometimes sellers are very happy with those reports. Sometimes they're not happy with them at all, right? But it doesn't matter. It gets people to engage at this point, right? So we're in this group right here. So a lot of groups will not be, now this group probably will, it's a small group, 393 members, Palmair Village, which means, that's a very small community that's a very small subdivision in the Palmair development. So I probably wouldn't spend a lot of time or a lot of effort, posting to a smaller group. I would try to find a larger group, right? And this could, in my opinion, really go almost anywhere, right? If you just want to post, like, let's say, okay, let's close this out. Let's go look for some more groups let's look for some Facebook groups just for the city of Fort Lauderdale. Right? So you come in here and you're going to just look up Fort Lauderdale. Right? When you come here, there's going to be a lot of groups. Right? There's going to be a lot of groups in here. There's one, Fort Lauderdale Marketplace, Florida. Right? Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 36,000 members. You can definitely put this here. Right? Once it populates, you know, free home valuation, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter, right? But you could do this for every city in Broward County, right? And these are public. 36,000 people. You know, there's a lot. There's going to be a lot of eyes that are going to see this. There's a lot of people in that group. So as they're scrolling, this is going to do it. You can hit post on this one. This is a larger group. Let's post it. There you go. So once this one's there, once this one posts, now I don't know what this means. Who speaks Spanish? Get to know you by answering the following questions. We don't know what that means. Yeah, oh, we agree to group rules. There we go. Boom. Done. Right? We'll be, I think, just group rules. All right. We agreed to it. So this is pending. I guess an admin, maybe somebody has to, do whatever. But once you're in this, like, yeah, this person there was like selling a car or something. So, so people are on here putting their stuff up in here, right? Yeah, Fort Lauderdale Marketplace. So you would assume people are selling things. If you have a listing, maybe you put your listing into that marketplace, you create a squeeze page for that listing, right? So right here, this is what they're going to see. So, once they come there, yeah, so that should have said Fort Lauderdale. We should have probably narrowed that down because it's a Fort Lauderdale group. You want your, everything has to match, right? So everything kind of has to match here. So whatever you create here, city, if you're going to be in a Fort Lauderdale group, then you need to make sure that you're setting them Fort Lauderdale homes, right? See what your Fort Lauderdale home is worth, click here now, right? Put a call to action, right? There you go. There it is right there. So they can, and I think honestly, they could probably put any address, right? They could put any address and it wouldn't matter. But if they see Palmyra, they might get confused and say, well, wait a second, I don't live in Palmyra, right? But yeah, once you click it, it's going to give them a report. Oh, not available. I don't know why. But you see it gives them some different, some different options. But, oh, you know why? Because that's the office address. So just put in a random residential address. There you go, right there. Let's see if this is an actual. No, that's probably not. What about one of our listings? No, it's you need to find that may be a business. So if you look up a business, or if you look up, just go into Bold Trail and find a listing in there. Any of those listings. Yeah, there you go. 8943 Sunscape. It's not cooperating here. But anyway, what you should be able to do when they go to the Facebook, Irene, see if the Facebook post may be posted. No, that didn't post there. All right. Well, what you should be able to do is enter the address, and then it gives you. But we need an actual address. This is not cooperating with us. I'm not really sure why the link. Why would this link not be working now? There you go. And again, this is where the homeowner is going, right? So the homeowner is the one that is going to be entering. I don't know if you need the unit number. There you go. Boom. So this is because it's an actual home, right? It's one of our listings. And then this is what the customer sees, not us, right? So the customer sees this and they decide if they want more information or not. So it's going to say, click here to get your free, home valuation. They're going to click it. They're going to enter the address. And then if they want to learn more, then they will reach out to you. I will tell you that these absolutely do work. I've actually got a listing right now that I'm working on that came through something similar to this that we've used the squeeze page for. I would really encourage figuring out squeeze pages. It costs you no money to do. And when just the thing that you need to keep in mind with squeeze pages is you need to tie those to a group, right? Squeeze pages work best in a Facebook group. So, you're going to want to go find the groups. If you want to create, a Fort Lauderdale squeeze page, fine, do it, right? Create a Fort Lauderdale squeeze page. If you don't want to join a bunch of groups, just go to all of the public ones. The public ones you should be able to post without joining. They may ask you to join. I don't know. But say it's for something specific, equestrian. Maybe you want to join every equestrian group so that you can share your listing with there, right? What about equestrian groups in areas that buyers are coming from to purchase in your location, right? So you don't need to be local, right? Type in, let's look at Connecticut equestrian. Just type in Connecticut equestrian. Let's see if anything comes up. Yeah, I think I'm probably testing your spelling skills. I'm not sure how to spell Connecticut. I think it's Connet. There you go. Southeast Equestrian Team, right? Is that, let's see, we got to go to groups. There you go, horse services. And these are public, right? So, yeah, see, nobody can spell Connecticut. They all put CT. But there you go, Northeast. So if you have a property that would be, attractive to equestrian people, right? You would find that property, right? And you would put it here. So put, yeah, there you go. Put you had it, 884. Loxahatchee. No, you had it. It's just the third one down. Isn't it? No? I think that's it. So that one, just generate the link, right? Copy it, copy the link, and then you just put it into here, and you say like what do you say? Like click here to what you need a call to action, right? Tell them what it is, and tell them what to do, or tell them what to do, and then tell them what it is, right? Click here to see this amazing Florida property. Or this amazing equestrian property in Florida, like whatever, whatever you feel you need to say about it, right? 10 acres of equestrian land in Loxahatchee, Florida, right? Like whatever it is, but go put it in those groups. And the thing is, they might not buy your property, and that's okay, right? But you're getting a lead, and maybe they'll buy another property from you. Maybe they'll buy the neighbor's property, right? Maybe they'll buy, I don't know, in another city. Who knows what they're going to buy? Maybe they won't buy anything. Maybe they make a complete waste of time, right? But you don't know if you don't do it. So if you want to market your listings, you should be doing this, right? Okay, what's the profile or the demographic of the buyer for this listing? I don't have a listing. Well, find one in our office listings. Doesn't matter which one, just find one, take it, right? And then figure out, okay, what's the profile, the demographic, where's this person coming from? Right? Where are the buyers coming from that are buying in this area, right? And then you take that listing and you send it out and you say, hey, look at this one, right? You want to sell in a certain area, then you're going to give price valuations into groups of people that are in that area, right? You have to go where the customer is. You can't just assume that the customer is going to find you. You have to go to where the customer is, and Facebook groups are the best way to do that, right? Like you wake up Saturday morning and you're like, I want to go garage sailing today. I want to go, you know, I want to go to garage sales today. Well, you can literally search garage sale groups in Fort Lauderdale, right? Like you know, so take advantage of the squeeze pages, take advantage of the groups, right? Definitely 100%, you know, start taking advantage of those. All right, so squeeze pages, play with the squeeze pages. Create squeeze pages, create as many as you want. This is a free feature, right? Absolutely set up squeeze pages for you. Every listing should have squeeze pages posted on where those buyers might be. Every listing should have, you know, squeeze pages, you know, posted on your own page, right? So that people can go there and they can do it. Neighborhoods you want to farm, neighborhoods that you work, create a squeeze page. Right? This will capture information of real buyers and real sellers, and then make sure you're posting all of your stuff everywhere else, right? Do the direct posts to Craigslist, Facebook, wherever else. All right, last one, My Agent Finder. Again, it's all in Lead Engine. You want leads, go to Lead Engine. Not all of this is free, right? But it's good to go in and try to do this. But there's two of them. Right, there's My Agent Finder, and then there's My Agent Finder Expert. Don't do Expert. Yeah.
I have a question. I have a area here that I'm very interested in farming. I want to know if I can use what you just said for that, because it's called Avenir, and it's a very, you know, very ritzy area. The homes are nothing is under 900,000. So I wanted to see if I can farm that area using what you're just talking about right now. It just gave me the idea. Instead
Absolutely.
of spending so much on, you know, postcards and flyers and stuff like that.
Absolutely, 100%. You can do this. It's the same. It's the same strategies, right? It's
Okay.
the exact same thing. So if you can so it might take a little research on the neighborhood, right?
I went into the Facebook groups, but most of them are private because it's like the community is tight, so most of them are private.
Yeah, so that it's going to be harder if the groups are private. You can try to get into them. The thing is, even if you're able to get yourself into a private group, you have to be careful not to alienate the people that are in there, and they may have rules. You can't post things for sale. You can't do this. You can't do that. So, you know, it may be, you know, it's going to be harder to get into those, but you can. So if you go into the MLS and you have all the properties that are for sale in that community, you can find the ones that are okay to advertise. Right, any of them that are okay to advertise, you can create a squeeze page for those, and then if you can figure out where are the buyers for that community coming from, like where might I find them, right? Maybe it's, you know, Northeast, you know, like I don't know, New York, Manhattan area, yeah, it could be Connecticut, it could be Vermont, could be Seattle, right? Like, you know, so what is the draw? Where are these people coming from? You can create a squeeze page just for that. Right, because in order to get into a neighborhood, you've got to start getting sales in there. To me, it may be easier to find a buyer for a home than it would be to, you know, get someone to list it. Is there a dominant agent in that neighborhood yet?
Not really. There's many agents in that area. Many.
Okay.
I have a couple of friends too.
Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah. So okay. So let's go back to the squeeze pages real quick.
It's difficult because there's so many agents in there already, but I mean, there's so many houses, you know?
So it's a pretty big community.
Oh yeah, it's huge, and it's getting bigger. It's growing by the day. They keep building and building and building.
Oh, that is perfect. So there's new construction going in there right now?
Yes, yes. There, I actually wanted to, but that's another conversation, but I'll talk to Irene about it because I want you guys to all come to the, one of those brokers open here because it's really nice.
Let us know for sure. We'll definitely plan something there. But
Yeah.
yeah, so what you want to do, so when you go to the squeeze pages, right?
Mhm.
So because scroll back to the top, Irene. When you go to the squeeze pages, you want to look at just each of these and figure out what's the best use for this
Mhm.
type of page and who is the best audience for this type of squeeze page as well, right? So, for example, the multi-property would be good if you can look. How do you spell that, community?
AVE. It's V as in Victor. Avenir, NIR at the end. Uh-huh.
So
There's a lot. There, you see all of those are
go
different
to
builders.
Avenir FL. Go to that one. Yeah. See what. So and then yeah. So then yeah. Choose the listings that you want. You know what you want to be in there. Is it a single family neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So go here, multi, and then you know where could you share that at, right? So this would be like a click here to see all of the properties that are for sale in Avenir, right? Or curious what's for sale in Avenir, you know, click this link now. You know,
Okay.
I don't know if anything's going to come up. We don't need to post this, but
Okay, I
oh
get
yeah,
it.
and this can actually this could just go on your homepage so that if your marketing does kind of start to catch on a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
then you know if your marketing starts to catch on, then people will see on your homepage that you are talking about this neighborhood, right?
Okay.
But you know, other types of posts. What else do we have, Irene? Go to the top. You know, sold multi-property. Right here, this is actually good if you can get into a group. We don't need to create these. If you can get yourself into a group, you can say, click here to see everything that's sold in Avenir, you know, in the last X number of months.
Okay.
Right. So, you know, go back to the top, Irene. Single property. So if you have one in there that you want to highlight, seller squeeze. So seller squeeze is good if you can get into the group, right? Click here to see how much your Avenir home is worth today, right? And then you can the location. When you put the location, if you can get that neighborhood, then it'll tell you, you know, then when they click the link, it'll say Avenir up there at the top, right?
Okay.
So, and then market report, it's kind of similar. But market report is, you know, click here to see all the activity inside. And then you just got to figure out, you know, okay, is this best to be posted on my page? Or, you know, what group, you know, if it's listings, then you're targeting buyers. So where would I find the buyers for this at? And if it's like a valuation or sold, then you're targeting sellers. So how do I get this message out to the sellers?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But, I would say, you know, if it's me, I would have a plan and I would say, okay, I'm going to, you know, post one squeeze page every day,
Mm-hmm.
right? One, create unlimited. So post one squeeze page every day. And then also try to get into all of those groups ahead of time. If they're
Yeah.
private, yes, try to get in it. Like, you know, sales is like all about rejection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all about just, you know, how many times do I need to be rejected before before somebody finally says yes. So try to
Yes.
get into all those groups so that then, yeah, you know, by the time you get to it, you can just drop the post right inside there.
Awesome. Wow, I didn't know you could do this. This is great. Thank you.
Yeah, this is like this is it'll take you. It'll definitely it's free leads. You will definitely get. Now the quality of a lead, I don't know, right? But a
Right.
lead is a lead. You know, so and then the other thing is, you know, well, we're gonna get to a campaign real quick, a new campaign that we've added in. But before we do that, real quick, My Agent Finder. So My Agent Finder, they duplicated Zillow Flex. Bold Trail duplicated Zillow Flex and how Zillow Flex works. So these are referral leads. So what that means is it's no cost up front. Now you see they do have purchase plans. If you look here, you know, they do have purchase plans, $59.99, $2.99, plus a referral fee when it closes, but they also have a $0 a month plan. So it's really easy to set up, pick free plan, click, you know, you've got to go through, you know, some formalities, enter your information. We're already registered as a broker on here, so you shouldn't have you shouldn't have any issue. We already have an agent finder account, so but it's the free one, right? And then they're going to give you a phone number. You're going to want to save that phone number in your phones because these are going to be live transfer leads. At least I'm pretty sure they're live transfer leads. You know, so leads come in. The other thing is, so if you start having referrals to give out, right? So these are going to be online leads, but these are also going to be referral leads. If you're working, and you'll tell them what locations you work in, you'll tell them your minimum price, you'll tell them, you know, what types of properties you want to work, right? So, you know, if you're like, I don't want to work $80,000 condos, we don't have to, right? You can put condos, my minimum price is $250, right? $300, whatever you want it to be. But also when you go back to the paid plans, you'll see on there that you can submit your own referrals. So this is also a referral network. So if you have referrals to give, let's say in, I don't know, Idaho, and you don't have an agent to give it to in Idaho, and, you know, maybe you're worried that you'll lose track of this referral, you know, maybe they'll close it, they won't pay you this, that, or the other thing, right? Because how do you really know? You can put it in here and they'll track it for you. Now it does cost money, right? If you want to start giving referrals, you do have to pay for the basic plan. But they track, at that point, they track your referrals, right? You know, and then I feel like you would probably get more referrals if you're paying that part. I don't know. But then also if you pay, your referral fee is lower as well. So, but to start, just sign up for the free one, man. Like, just sign up for it. Why not? Right? Like, if your phone rings and, you know, the buyer of, you know, that fits your criteria, I don't want to work, you know, I only want to work houses in, you know, and literally just Boca Raton that are valued, you know, 1.2 million or higher. Well, your phone will only ring for that. So if it rings, then you're only getting leads in Boca Raton for houses that are valued at 1.2 million or higher. Right? Now that may be too strict of a criteria. You may not get very many referrals that way. Obviously, the lower the price, you know, or the bigger your range, the larger your area, the more likely you're going to get a referral. But if you're just like, I'm not, you know, because it is a 40% referral fee. That's a high referral fee, right? But at the same time, you wouldn't have gotten that lead if you weren't in here anyway, right? So if you're paying for lead generating systems, if you're paying for leads already, right, you're paying something. Even if you don't pay a referral fee at closing, you're still paying something. So, you know, 40% of, you know, I don't know, $1 million sale, if you get it, I don't know, right? Say it's 3%, you know, you get 30,000. Well, you know, that's what, 40% of 30,000 is what, 12,000? I think, you know, $12,000, but, you know, you still walk away with 18,000. That's not bad, right? But what if it's, you know, 10,000? Is that okay? You still walk away with 6,000. You know, 5,000, you'll walk away with 3,000. But, you know, does it matter? Because you wouldn't have had that sale anyway. And if you get that sale, now you have a past client. You have a past client, now you can get future business, right? Now you can get referral business. You can really get whatever you need from, you know, out of these with the past clients. The last thing, we do have a new lead campaign in here. So this is what I'm encouraging every agent, everybody to do. This is, and I've been talking to people about doing this. We've got over 100,000 leads in the system right now. And you don't even have to spend a lot of time, like, who even cares, right? Who even cares where this lead came from? I have a listing coming up from somebody that I was working. He's in the pre-foreclosures, right? He asked his bank for a payoff statement. Bank emailed him the payoff statement. One of my automated email messages went to him right behind the bank statement. And he goes, because of that, I'm going to list it with you. 100% true story, right? So these automations, if you're subscribing to leads, if you're paying for leads, but you're not going in there doing anything for leads, then you're wasting your money. I need you to take these leads. I have 7,000 leads that I passively work in the background, right? And I'm still getting listings from people that I've never even called just because I'm working them in the background, right? These leads are there for you to grab. If it's in a pond, it's yours. Who cares if somebody called it before? If they called it and they didn't claim it, then who cares, right? It's your lead, right? So choose a lead, and then you're going to go to the campaigns, right? And a lot of times you're going to see that campaigns have already been set up in there. Well, if they have, then change it, right? So this one here has buyer 360 campaigns already, right? But you can change those, right? If it's in the pond and you can accept it, then go to the campaigns, go down to add, right? Pause the other ones that are there, right? Who messaged that? Oh, this one Lisa's been working. Lisa, you didn't claim this lead?
Which one? What's
James,
the name?
I don't know what.
James Mullen?
Oh, this is assigned. Okay, because we're in the owner account. Irene, can we go to a one that's not assigned?
I was going to
Okay,
say that
we're
does
in,
look like mine.
yeah, we're in. We need leads that are not assigned. So we've got to find a lead that's not assigned. There you go, right there. That one's not assigned, right? Oh, maybe it is. So because we're in the master account for this, it's confusing here. But if we find one here, you need to find the lead. All right, then all you have to do, and once you claim it, right, just set it up and do a campaign. Here's your new campaign, right? So you go to add. They should always be in a holiday drip campaign. 100% of the time, you should have your holiday drip campaign set up. But the new one that we created, 10 buyer leads a day challenge. This means grab 10 leads a day, right? And this is going to tell you when you log into the CRM in the morning, it's going to tell you exactly what to do. It's not a heavy calling. It's not a heavy calling campaign, right? Seller, buyer, 360. Those are heavy calling. Those are for brand new leads. These are for older leads. It's going to tell you what to do, right? First thing it's probably going to tell you to do is make sure that the property hasn't sold and that the person actually owns it, right? Don't waste your time on it, right? Then that's all you got to do. Claimed it, it's in the campaign. Check it. Okay, they own it. Cool, right? Next day, you're going to come back and it's going to show you all the automations to set up, right? And if you're not sure how to do these automations, then pop in with us in the lobby room, right? But these automations you should know how to do. You should know how to set up seller, property valuation reports, right? You should know how to, validate their contact information, right? You should know how to, you should know how to do all of this, because every single contact that you have in there should have all of this set up, right? Your past clients, you should have their anniversary dates put in there. It'll automatically send a text message, hey, congratulations, it's been 1 year since you purchased, right? So all of these things should just be automatically set up, right? There's no reason not to have these set up. This is going to train you how to do this. And then you're going to grab 10 leads a day. You're just going to grab 10 leads a day, and in those 10 leads, they're going to work in the background. It's going to remind you to call from time to time. I will never tell you not to call, because even if you don't want to be a professional caller, calling will make your skills better. But this is not an aggressive call campaign. This is very passive. It's going to tell you to send a text message. It's going to say, send this text message. And you send it right in the system. You're going to send it right inside the system. And it's going to say, our instant value right here, right? This is what we send. And it's going to tell you which one to send, right? And it's going to tell you what to do. Then boom, you just hit send. These ones, we get a high response rate. We get a very, very high response rate on these ones, right? So highly recommend, I highly, highly recommend, using these. Take 10 leads a day. Take 10 leads a day and set them, put them into this new campaign. And then every day log in and go to your tasks. When you go to your tasks, it's going to tell you what to do that day, right? So you're going to do two things. You're going to log in. First thing you should, well, I don't know, you choose. Do you want to claim your 10 leads first, or do you want to do your tasks first, right? But let's say you log in and you want to claim your 10 leads. Fine, take your 10 leads. Boom, here's the 10. Boom, in my system. Done. Go to your tasks, right? Clear your tasks. We always have a lot of tasks in the master one because we're always running these in the background, right? And then that's why sometimes your guys' phone rings and we're like, or we'll call you, hey, we have a lead. Do you want to work it? Because these are the active leads, right? So, you know, but this is it. These are free leads. You know, the leads in the system, if you're subscribing to leads, work them, man. Work them. 100% definitely work these leads, right? Because if you're paying for a lead, if you're paying for leads, you got to work the leads that are in the system. If you don't want to pay for leads, you want to get free leads. We gave you a couple ways to get them in the system, squeeze pages. We didn't get to spend any time on landing pages. I'm sorry, it just didn't work. But also the My Agent Finder. I hope it helps. You know, but it all starts, you know, it's the basic elementary. If we go back to the sales funnel, lead generate, lead follow up, go on appointments, write contracts, close the contracts. That's it, right? So yeah, we'll let you know when the landing page does work. But the other thing is pop into the lobby. Don't be shy. If you're like, hey, I want to do these 10 leads, but I don't even know where to start. What leads should I take? Like, I'm just stuck. Just let us know, right? We're gonna stop and we're gonna help you. But we want you to take these leads. I need you to take these leads. Like we in the back office cannot work all of these leads effectively. We need people to take these leads, right? If every person in this call took 10 leads a day, that'd be like, what, 60, 70, 80 leads a day that are being pulled out that we no longer have to work. I don't care if we've been working it, take it, right? Because at the end of the day, when it becomes active, if it's in your area or it's in your, you know, genre demographic, we're going to give it to you anyway. Just take it. If it's in there, take it. You won't be able to see other agents' leads. Sorry, Lisa. Yeah, we put your lead kind of on blast there, but that's because we're running out of the master account. So.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
But I'll tell you, Lisa is very, very good at pulling these leads in now. Her follow-up score is very, very high. And I think she's having some luck, but you know, time will tell on those things. But pop in the lobby room. Let us know what you guys need. That's all I have. Do you guys have any questions? I know, hopefully this was helpful. I hope it was. Some of the technology didn't cooperate. Sorry about that. But do you guys have any questions about this?
No, I don't have any questions about this, but I guess, can I pop into the lobby room about the, I mean, there was so much, I've been wanting to advertise on Facebook more effectively, but that was a lot to digest all at once. So
it's a lot. That's what I'm saying. So if you're like, hey, you know what, I want to do squeeze pages, we'll stop what we're doing and we'll help you. Hey, share your screen.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do.
Yeah, because I need to, I need to advertise better, and I've got a couple of rental listings that I feel like if I advertise them in different, in some more exclusive groups, that it might help. You know what I mean?
It will.
Yeah.
It will. Sales is a numbers game. The more squeeze pages you post and the more groups, the more likely you're going to get results. And then, you know, you can create a system where, you know, I post, you know, once or twice a month in these groups, right? I post once a week in these groups. I post this in these groups. Like, you want to have somewhat of a plan, right? But figure out, okay, the thing is, you just got to start somewhere, man, right? Once you start doing it, it gets really easy. Like when you start something new, you can definitely get into analysis paralysis. But you know, once you start doing it, it's going to be so fast. It's going to be like, what I can grab a lead and I know where all of the automations are automatically. Right? I know where every single automation is. I could have a lead. I could have a lead ready in probably 1 minute. Right? So it'd probably take me 10, maybe 15 minutes to pull 10 leads a day, because we're not making you do everything all at once. It'll tell you day one, okay, go check it in IMAP. Check the address. Boom, IMAP. Oh, this one's sold. Throw, put it in a sold pond, right? Put them in the right place, because if you throw it into any random pond, well, you might pick up that crap lead again later, right? So as you're working them, tag it or do whatever, right? If it's sold, make sure it goes into the right pond. Oh, this one, yeah, they haven't sold it, right? Oh, this buyer, yeah, I don't find this buyer's name anywhere in IMAP, so that means they probably didn't buy, right? So then you're going to set up their home search inside there. You don't set up their search in the MLS, right? Because Bold Trail tracks them, tells you every property they ever looked at, right? It tells you, oh, they've returned after 2 months and they looked at 6 properties. Oh, and it also sent them a message for you, right? So, know that. If you don't know how to grab 10 leads, pop in, let us show you how to do it. Like, we need you guys to do this. We really need you guys to start taking leads, and you need to do this because these are leads, man, right? And like I said,
that's mine again. That was mine again. You just pulled up another one.
Yeah, that's Irene. That's not me, man.
Oh.
So we blame Irene. But we do need yeah, there we go. There's mine, right? But you see that we're working with these people as well. We are also working the leads, and then when they get ready to convert, we give them away, right? Most of them. Sometimes if somebody calls me like directly and, hey, Joseph, I've been receiving your stuff, then, I may keep it. But a lot of these we give away, right? But if you guys work them, it's going to have a much higher. I mean, look at the office score. It's 32%, which means we are not working leads nearly as effective as we should. Yeah, new and needs contact, 129. Click that one when you come in, right? Like, I mean, we have trouble keeping up with all of this because there's so many leads in the system.
Wait a minute. We can go into just that. I don't understand. How do you do that?
Well, you should be able to, not into mine, but that you should see that in the pond, I think, or I don't know, maybe not. Irene, can they see that from the ponds?
I can only see mine.
On their dashboard, it will only be theirs, but filters right here. So if you want to go ahead and let's say, I don't know, behavior perhaps. So has not been called, or ask a question, save a property, viewed listing. This is my favorite. Have not been called and viewed listing. View results. It gave me nothing. Oh yeah, I have to remove this. It still gave me nothing. I guess
but
this one.
Yeah,
there you go.
But for these things, pop into the lobby, and we'll help figure all these things out.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, just pop in the lobby, guys. That's really, that's the purpose of the lobby, is to make this happen. These kind of things right here. So pop in the lobby, whatever you need. If you're stuck, if you don't know where to start, if you're overwhelmed, like whatever it is, let us help you clarify some of your thoughts, right? And it probably won't be perfect in the beginning, but it's like anything else that you do that, over time you're going to refine it and you're going to make it better. You're going to figure out what works and what doesn't work. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. So, just keep that in mind, as well, that it just, some of these things just, they may take more time. So that's why you really need to start just doing it right now. So I've got to run. I know I've taken you guys all over on time, but I do encourage you, pop in the lobby room. Let us know what you need. Let us help you. Let us get you unstuck. Whatever it is, like, this is what we're here for. Like, we want to support. We want to help. We want to guide. We want to assist. We want to see, our agents succeed.